Okay, when turning a fraction into a percent, first thing you've got to know is there's some pretty particular rules when it comes to the fractions you can change into a percent. So these ones are a little bit easier. Well, let's make it 20 hundredths. You know when you're writing 20 hundredths, you know straight away that to write that as a decimal it's 0.20 because that's 20 and that's the hundredths column, the furthest one over. Now, percentage actually means out of 100. So if I have a look at this particular number here, I've got 20 parts out of 100. So what does that look like? So if I jump over here and I have 20, let's make this a little bit bigger, which I can't seem to do. Hang on a minute. We'll make this bigger. There we go. Got it. Make this a little bit bigger here. And I want 20 parts out of 100. So I know there's 10 down there. I counted them before, trust me. And I know there's 10 down there. So that's 20. I've got 20 parts out of 100. And that literally means I've got 20%. That's exactly what that means. So I guess things get a little more tricky if it's not in hundredths. And say you have, let's say you have a fraction that looks a little bit like this. Say you've got 4 tenths. Well, I know 4 tenths looks like this as a decimal. But when I go back over here to think about tenths, let's see if I can make this bigger without drawing all over it. Clearly not. If I go to colour in 4 tenths and I colour in 1, that's huge. Well, let's click undo. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Why am I colouring down there for tenths, I wonder? 4, do you know? So if I break this into tenths, I'm breaking it into 10 parts. 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts, lines are wonky, 5 parts, 6 parts, 7 parts, missed that line, 8 parts, 9 parts. There's 10 parts there, and I've coloured in 4 of them. I've coloured in 4 tenths. How many hundredths have I coloured in? Now remember, the hundredths, I can see if I also have a look going this way, because I've just got to cut that back across there. And that's where those hundredths have come from. How many hundredths have I coloured in? Well, I've coloured in 10 down here, 10 down this one here, 10 down this one here, 10, 20, 30, 40. I've coloured in 40 hundredths. So I could write it like this. I could also write it like this. 40 hundredths. What have we got now? We've got 40 out of 100. Remember what I said before, when we've got something out of 100, it literally just means percent. So I've got 40%.